They're alive.
Captain, urgent news from the General.
Why not really blow it up, Captain?
Captain's log. Embarking into hostile environment.
I'm giving it all she's got, Captain.
Captain. Oh, Captain. My Captain.
This is your Captain speaking. Welcome to the channel. This is our Captain's Log, and episode 3 of our Captain's Log. It's been too long.
Yeah, what happened?
Very excited. So much has happened.
Oh yeah,
a lot has happened. In fact, actually, that's the first thing we're going to talk about. Let's just talk about a little life update. How you doing? How's life?
Doing good.
O-Town, Captain Crockpot.
What's up, guys? Life is good. Work's been crazy.
Okay.
But yeah, it's been good. We had Summer of Legends. That's what we're talking about, I'm assuming?
We're not getting there yet.
No? Okay.
You know what? We can get there. For me, Levi is a handful. Levi's my son, and he started walking.
Which is insane.
It's insane. He learned how to walk, and he started walking professionally in a matter of 2 days. He went from no steps to
sprinting,
just running around the house,
full on sprinting,
which of course makes parenting a lot harder, and also a lot more rewarding. But it's also very difficult. That's happening. Levi is crazy. For a very long chunk there, some of you guys know this. I was sick.
Oh, dude, yeah. You had everything under the sun.
I was sick. I missed I was gonna go with the youth to camp. I missed that. For a week I was sick, actual sick. Didn't know exactly what was going on. I was working under my father-in-law's house. Okay, this is sort of gross, but I'll fill you in. Under his house, I'm installing mesh, making it so that animals can't go into the house.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm down there crawling around. I distinctly remember a moment where I'm crawling through eggs. I'm you know what? That's probably bug eggs of some form, of something. I didn't think much of it. I was like, that's really gross.
Bug eggs are tiny.
Right.
What?
So I'm this is really gross. I don't know what that was. And I get home. I've got ant bites, so I start scratching my ant bites. I love scratching ant bites, okay? I'm just a big scratcher of ant bites, scabs.
Sure.
Just a big scratcher.
Yeah.
And so I start scratching this thing. And then what I think happened was I had the eggs, or whatever they were, larvae, whatever you want to call it, under my nails, and I was putting it into my skin by scratching. My foot got infected. It was the most disgusting.
It was really gross.
It was the most disgusting toe.
Disgusting.
And it was over 8 weeks. Over 8 weeks of an infection. Mm-hmm. And then
this is a lot of information.
It is a lot. If you're in the car and you're like, what are we talking about? I apologize.
I thought it was watching
but I
Unmatched
don't.
podcast.
I have to tell you what's going on in my life. You guys care. So that foot thing, it got bad. We thought it was just athlete's foot. What'd you say?
You'll find out.
We thought it was just athlete's foot, and it was not. It was so much more than that. It ended, the last week of my sickness, after these 8 weeks, was I had a worm in my foot. And that hurt. The whole thing hurt. There were nights when I literally thought my toe was being eaten off. I was like, there's something inside my toe right now. I cried multiple nights. It was a rough time. It was a lot. All right, so that was my past couple months.
We live in Florida, which is why when you go in places, underneath places, it's damp. It's
damp,
disgusting.
humid. Yes. I was wearing shoes. I usually don't. I'm always barefoot. In fact, I'm barefoot right now. Healthy foot. Sort of. I've broken that toe so many times.
If they only knew what happened to that foot.
That's why it was a quick little reveal.
What's left of it.
So, right now, I got the worm out of my foot, if you're wondering. Worm's dead. We killed it. No, I took pills. They quoted me $1,200 for the pills to kill the worm. I was like, no, I can't do that. But also, what else am I going to do? You own the market on killing worms, I guess.
Comment below how much you would pay to have a worm removed from your foot.
Yeah, and this is it's not ringworm. It's
an actual worm.
The other one.
Because ringworm.
Earthworm.
Jeez.
That's how earthworm.
Ringworm is not an actual worm.
Right, ringworm's not an actual worm. It's the other one that's an actual worm. That was in my foot.
Jeez, dude.
Crawling around.
Yeah.
Anyway, toenail toenail had died. It's now regrowing back. I'm happy about that. It's halfway there. Drink some good. Hydrate. Okay, it'll help your stomachs. So, that happened.
5 minutes.
And now,
5 minutes.
a lot of people. Well, I will title the top. It'll say Eric's nasty toe. That'll be the heading, and they'll be like, "Okay, I don't want to listen to that one. Let me just skip to Summer of
the next
Legends."
chapter.
Summer of Legends. We did not make it out of group, which is a bummer because 3 out of the 7 made it out of group.
Yeah, even better.
Which means we were bottom 4 in each of our groups.
Yeah.
What happened?
So I'll go first, I guess. Well, I ended up my final record, I think, out of it was 6-6. So played. That's how I played last Winter of Champions, also, which is the 2 tournaments that I've done. I had a solid group, so that's part of it. I think the three people that advanced totally deserved to make it out of the group.
Yeah.
There's a Russian guy in my group who's solid. Kaza, I can't pronounce his name, but he was cool. He's a nice guy. And then I had Jason, who is the guy who invented Unmatched Adventures. If you guys didn't know.
Tales to Amaze.
Super cool guy. We
Okay.
chatted a lot, and we're probably gonna play a lot more, which is great because he's like number 5 in
Great
the
to
world.
play with great players.
He's super good. And then we had another
When
guy.
you say number 5 in the world, he's referring to the ELO rankings. By the way,
in terms of, so if you guys check if you're signed up for League, which you should. If you're not, it's awesome. It's a great community.
Oh, our rankings probably went down. We probably dropped a little bit.
I only dropped 1.
That's good.
Yeah, so I'm 71, which is not.
So I probably dropped a
You
couple.
dropped a good amount.
You did? You saw it?
Yeah, I did.
How far did I go?
I don't know. I don't have the heart to tell.
Okay, don't tell me. No, what is it? What is it?
You're below me.
That's hilarious. Okay.
Yeah.
How funny is that, guys? Okay.
Which is, I don't know.
That's fine. I gotta beat you.
Yeah. So, but we had the other guy that made it out was so Jason obviously made it out. He crushed it. The Russian dude, and then J.K. Swivel, who absolutely crushed it in our group. Apparently he watches, so shout out to J.K.
Hey.
I had a blast playing with you, man. You're super good. And then really it was, I would have advanced, but I can literally account it to 2 play mistakes that I made. If I had not made those mistakes, which I will never make again, I would have won the games.
Wow.
Pretty much guaranteed. So one was against J.K. Swivel. I would have gone 1-1 with him.
Okay.
And then my second match with Jason was very, very close. Moon Knight, Doctor Strange. I was Doctor Strange. Very, very close. But he ended up winning in fatigue, barely. Anyways, so, and then the other mistake was against the Russian dude. I attacked with She-Hulk. I hit the 9. I was psyched, but I should not have attacked. I should have just walked away from Achilles. He was Achilles, and I should have just walked away. I got excited, because he only had, I think, 2 cards or something in hand. Or 3 or something like that. And I had 3 as well.
Yeah.
So I attacked, spent both my actions, and did like 5 damage. So I was like, sick, that's awesome. And then he attacked me twice, and he drew a bunch of cards and did like a bunch of damage. And so that was it. I shouldn't have attacked there. And if I had just kept running away, throwing stuff at him, walking away, I think I would have won because I killed Pat immediately.
Right.
Just trying it out, but thinking that he's going to have to aggress, and then I throw stuff at him, and he's got no healing. And if I attack him a few times and throw stuff at him, I feel pretty good about that. But won't do that next time. I'm also not the best She-Hulk player. But anyway, so that's what happened.
Yeah.
And I would have been 8-4. I think if I had not made the J.K. Swivel mistake, which was literally I was Achilles against his Moon Knight, and I would have won. If I had attacked instead of throwing a spear, I would have killed him. And there was a 75%
How much time do you have
chance.
left on your clock? Could you have taken the time to think to that, or like you were at the bottom, so you had to just speed it up?
I wasn't at the bottom of my timer, but for some reason, I already thought the match was over. I guess I did the math and I was like, he probably has this, otherwise he wouldn't have come in, right?
Right.
He knows my biggest attack is a 6. He's Mr. Knight on this turn. And he has 1 card left that will save. He had 3 health left. He has 1 card left that would save him from death, which would be, it was Fist of Khonshu, I think, which is a 3, which bumps up to a 4 defense. So if I attack with a 6, then he lives, he goes down to 1 health, but then I draw for winning combat, and then he just walks away and wins.
Okay.
So it would have been 1 health though. But he had 3 other defenses in his deck, which all would have been, they're all 2-value defenses, which would have killed him. And I should have rolled the dice and said 75% chance that I kill him here, and a 25% chance that he has his last defense, because he still had 2 cards in deck.
But he had come in and attacked? So you just assumed that he had the cards
I
to
assumed that he
live.
had the card to live, and so what I did was I schemed and played it as a pass.
Yeah.
Did the 2 damage to him, doing it 2 damage over, and potentially, right. And also the other thing too is I took back a spear throw when what I could have taken back and should have taken back against Moon Knight, well, not a skirmish, I should have taken back the boost of 4.
Okay, helm.
So I could, the helm, so I could get to Moon Knight. And it was on Raptor Paddock.
Because he was running around.
He just ran circles around me.
Okay.
But yeah, that was it. So if I had attacked, we went through it afterwards. He's like, if you attacked me, I would have died. I was like,
oh wow.
But yeah, so I learned a lot. I made lots of friends playing it.
Yeah.
And I feel like I played really well, other than those 2 or 3, if you count the Jason match, which I feel like I did everything I could against Jason, but that's just a tough match for Strange, I think, to win, looking back. I feel like I played well, so I feel pretty good about it. It sucks I didn't make it out, but
yeah,
still getting better.
Well, I wish I could say the same. I wish I could say I played
was
well.
rough.
I did not play well. A couple things. I streamed my matches. I streamed most of my matches. And that was awesome. So that was really fun.
Fun to watch.
It was really fun to stream it. I definitely was like, I didn't find the balance of like, play for keeps, play 100% like to win, take your time, and like entertaining.
And
like,
entertaining.
I couldn't. I leaned more towards the entertaining, which is natural.
Because you picked Black Panther. I mean, I don't know. I think that's a fine pick, but it's risky.
No, well, okay, so that's
Black
the other thing is I think my draft. I think I drafted.
You drafted
pretty
well.
Poorly early. I played, and I also just played. I did things. I just did bad things. I did bad things. So I lost She-Hulk games a lot, which was unfortunate.
Yeah, normally you don't. Normally you play very well with She-Hulk.
I played badly with She-Hulk, and I got like, if you watch those games back, I'll have them up. It really did feel like, man, Captain can't catch a break.
You did get kind of screwed a few times.
Like so many, and that's the thing is like, She-Hulk is awesome, but if you get bad liberties, you're in trouble. And then also, so like the game I chose, I forget who I had, but I chose She-Hulk into Houdini. Why did I do that? Right?
We've played.
I know because I've won it. That's the thing. I've won it so many times.
I've won as Houdini.
Initially, you run as Houdini.
I was winning as Houdini, and then
I started winning. And I played against Shy Guy. I beat him 3 in a row.
Yep.
Which congrats, Shy Guy. I see that he made it to
Shy Guy crushed
the next. He made it to the next round.
Yeah.
He's in round 2 now. So that's awesome. Congrats, Shy Guy. The other guys in my bracket have not played their games yet, so I don't know if they're going to go. I would guess that my bracket's going to all 3 of the people from my group, not bracket, from my group, I feel like they're going to go through and just keep going. They're good.
Who else did you have?
So, Luca Garden. I went 1-1 with him.
Yeah.
That was those are some really good games.
Freak also.
I had Freak.
Freak's good.
Freak 2-0'd me, and then Derico 2-0'd me.
Derico's really good.
Derico was really fun. It was fun games to play against her.
Those Russians.
I did. The Russians are good over there. I did 2. Sorry, I was Black Widow into her Bigfoot, and I got Bigfoot down to 2 health. It was really good.
impressive.
It was actually awesome, and I had it locked in. And she initially had positioned somewhere. She was going to go. We were on Solomon's Mine. All right, so she had positioned in a certain spot because I was baiting her with a mission that she knew I had. And then 10 minutes later, she had
10 minutes.
Yeah, it was it was a 7-minute defensive turn on choosing where to go. But again, at this point, it was already over, so it didn't matter. It didn't matter.
I guess.
But it was rough because it was like a defensive hoax, and there's no time limit on choosing your defense. Which
Sure.
I think we need to add that in. Anybody up top, anybody in the rules decisions committee area, we should add in.
Unlike card effects.
There should be like 2 timers. There should be 1 timer for. It's the game timer that we're playing with, right? But then as soon as a card affected timer. So, all right, the time we're done with this time. I have played my attack. You know what it is. You are deciding the effect, what to do with your defensive decision. You can literally take an hour at this point right now without anybody ever stopping you. So there needs to be a timer that says, okay, you are on the clock for defensive decision choosing.
Yeah.
Or offensive. Any card effect timer, it's already you. It's the same kind of ticking down clock. It's the same kind of thing. It could be like you have initial like 30 seconds, and then maybe the timer is like a 2-minute timer with a 30-second runoff. So you click it, you got 30 seconds of free time, and then basically as soon as that runs all the way down, you don't get to do the effect. You just ignore the effect that.
Sure. You void your.
Yeah, you void the action.
Because I do that too. Like when my wife and I play,
Yeah.
like
she's a long thinker.
she thinks for a very long time.
Yeah.
I mean, she's good at the game, but she's not able to eliminate options. Like either I.
She's also not playing competitive.
Yeah, she's not playing competitive.
In competitive, it's a different thing. I'm not saying, hey guys, implement the secondary timer for casual plays.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, it is frustrating.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like, obviously, I want you to play your best.
Right. And she was so nice. I'm not going to say anything.
Sure.
She was one of the nicest people, and so that was tough. But again, I'd already lost. I'd already been out of the tournament. Wasn't a big deal.
Right.
I was like, that's fine. Take as much time as you want.
Yeah.
The next game was also super close. Oh, the next game was so close. So came out of the gate. I am Medusa. She is Moon Knight on Hanging Gardens.
Oh.
And so I went second. She went first. I let her choose because I chose map,
Right.
knowing she would choose first. She came in. Right, you bounce, you get your hop, you move in, you attack. And I think how I did it was I actually had my harpies off so that she would be attacking Medusa straight away. Because I had no harpy defenses, but no, I decided this beforehand. I was like, how'd that work? Oh no, I saw my hand beforehand, right? You see your hand?
Yeah, you see your hand before.
So I had no harpy defenses, and I had like 2 gazes, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It was like, okay, this, and I had some, I had 2 hisses. So I was like, this is cool. This should get him down to like no cards, and then I can hit a gaze off on him, like right away. We swing.
Well, gazes don't work on Conchu. He would have been Conchu next turn.
It wasn't that turn that I was going to do it on.
Oh, you were going to do it after that.
So we attacked. Boom, boom. I get to basically because like he's at the +1. He's at the +1 advantage. So obviously you want to attack as much as you can.
Right.
Which is what she was doing. She attacked with her very last card. I still had a gaze in my hand, and I had just boosted with it the turn before.
So she thinks you don't have it.
She thinks I don't have it. Exactly. Right. So she attacks, no cards in hand, single maneuvers to the try spot where you're supposed to go. She considered boosting. This was the decision that really cemented it for me that this was like, okay, I've got her. Because she considered boosting away or going further away. If she considered...
Right. Then she has no defense.
Which tells me no defense. And I've got the gaze. I'm throwing it no matter what.
Yeah.
Like she only used 1 red card so far, so it's like there's over a 30% chance that she has no defense.
Sure.
I've taken that. I got to take those odds.
Obviously.
And so
you're gonna smack.
In either way, it's just a 1-for-1, right? It's not the hugest deal.
Mm-hmm.
I maneuver, I attack, of course, she had top deck to defense, 66% chance, whatever, 60% chance, pretty good odds.
Yeah.
But if not though, game's locked. That's locked in.
Yeah.
The games that I lost that were actually consequential.
Did she come back and win as Moon Knight?
Yes. So
Wow.
so the very end of the game. Well, I didn't get the 10. I didn't get the gaze off.
I know, but I'm saying like, did she end up from that no card where she has no cards?
Right.
In the end?
Yes. Well, so the health differential at that point was also like she had.
Oh, you took a lot of damage.
Smacked me pretty good. I had taken like, I want to say like 6 or so,
That's
6 or 7.
risky. Yeah.
She had taken some damage too. She was at like 12, I think. But the ending of that game was. It was another one of those decisions where it's like the anytime you ask the question, do they have it? They always have it, except when they don't. In your situation, does he have it?
He didn't have it.
He didn't have it. So whatever you chose, it's the opposite, right?
You got to play the odds. Don't play the.
Well, no, because I play the odds and you lose. So
No, the odds were against you there. 30% chance that he.
I'm talking about
doesn't
at the
draw
end of the game.
defense.
At the end of the game.
Okay.
So, at the end of the game, she had to have the exact hand she had, and she had to have the cards in her discard, the exact cards that were in the discard, for her to win the turn that she won.
Oh.
And if she had not won that turn, I won the game.
Really?
Yeah.
And she lined it up with
She had it.
past,
yeah.
present, and intermingle or something?
No, it was.
You said cards and a discard, so I was like...
Oh, sorry, in her deck.
Oh.
Yeah, she had 2 cards in her deck, and she had 2 cards in her hand. And so she was able to double attack me the next turn and win.
As Conchu? Or it's just whoever?
I don't remember.
Doesn't matter.
Probably Khonshu. Yeah, probably Khonshu. But it's a really good game, really fun games. The games that I lost that I threw, which is so sad. when you throw a game, it's so sad.
It was painful.
I threw the Moon Knight game. So I lost every game to Moon Knight. No, sorry. I lost every game as Moon Knight. I lost every game against Moon Knight.
Which is ironic, because I won every game I played as Moon Knight.
Yeah.
And I only lost one. I lost against Jason's Moon Knight.
Yeah.
But I was able to beat Moon Knight. I was She-Hulk, and I think I was able to beat Moon Knight, which is interesting, because I think Moon Knight's favorite there.
I won as Achilles. I won my Achilles games, but that was fun to get. It's just solid.
I could not
Achilles
win
games.
as Achilles, dude. I don't know what it is. I've played a lot of Achilles, and I like Achilles a lot.
He's so fun.
But he has failed me for the last time. I'm never picking him again.
But yeah,
I don't know.
the game that I threw, it was another one of those. I had this decision. It was like, one, I think I could have literally just walked away and I would have won. And if you're watching that game, you know what I'm talking about. I think I just literally walked away, and I should have been fine. I would have won. I had it fatigue. I'd already had it locked in. Not locked in. I had it in my favor in fatigue.
Yeah.
I had some good cards. It was looking good. And then I was like, well, wait a second. It was so stupid. I think I had 3 or 4 cards left
In your deck?
in my hand.
In your hand.
3 or 4 cards in my hand.
No cards in deck?
2 of them were versatile. One was a boost attack. Yeah.
Who are you?
I'm Moon Knight.
Oh, you are...
Into
okay.
Luke Cage, okay? Into Luke Cage.
Oh, that's...
Luke Cage had like 5 health or something. And, I think it was 5. And, or maybe 3. And Luke Cage had, I think, 2 cards in hand. Or 3 cards in hand, something like that. I don't know. I'm sitting on a +2 token. I wasn't Khonshu. I think I was Moon Knight. And I was like, ooh, I gotta attack here. So, I want to attack here because I'm on this +2 token. I should have used it on defense. If I used it on defense, I would not have been tempted to use it on offense. But I'm like, okay, I've got a plan. I'm going to attack. Because I have, at this point, no cards that are going to win combat into a 4 at all. So what is Luke Cage going to throw?
Right. Sweet Christmas.
Trash talk.
Oh, no, sorry. I'm not paying attention.
Okay. You just said Luke Cage.
What? I thought
Sweet
you said,
Christmas.
I was not paying attention.
No, so I can't attack for more than 4 damage.
Okay, and so obviously he's going to try.
So obviously, Luke Cage, if they have the trash talk in hand, they're going to throw it right now.
They should.
They should. They didn't.
Oh.
So the next turn,
spend
so
an
then I'm
extra
like,
turn?
ha ha ha, I've got you. Now I'll throw my boost attack with the +2.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit you for so much damage. I'm gonna win the game. It was gonna win the game right there. Trash talked it. That was so. But it was like from their perspective also. It wasn't a terrible. I mean, I wouldn't have done it. I would have done the trash talk first because you're guaranteed to win it.
Well, the thing is, I think maybe he's wanting you to spend extra turns. If he knows that if you have him in fatigue, right?
It was we talked afterwards. It was just there was a +2 on the thing. You weren't using it. I'm going to save it to cancel the +2, which is also smart. Except
that's totally fair.
Except if you use it first, you get a turn. It worked out. It was genius. It worked out. I wouldn't have done it.
That is weird.
I wouldn't have done it.
That
Right,
is
so it's a
weird.
weird situation. Comment below. What would you have done? Would you have saved the trash talk or thrown it the first action? I think I'm throwing it and then attacking with a bait attack and walking away or something as Luke Cage, or just double maneuvering away. I don't remember what I guess in fatigue. That's tough. Anyway, yeah, so I lost that one. If I had walked away, I win. And I'd convince myself. It's one of those situations where you convince yourself, they can't have this card because they did this.
Right. You're like, this doesn't make sense to me.
Exactly. So it has to be this way.
That's the problem.
Yeah, that was our Summer of Legends.
It was a long.
That was long. But listen, guys, there's a lot of hurt.
This is our
lot of
journey, okay?
You're here. We didn't make you be here.
Wow, that's so presumptuous.
Yeah, so awesome tournament. Great competitors.
super fun.
Great games. Everybody in my group was fun to play against. It was some awesome games.
What do you think about the Band Quest versus the Arsenal format?
So I've only had successes in Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of Band Quest. I think it's more balanced.
Yep.
I think that Arsenal can end up being more fun, but also if it's more fun for one person, it's probably less fun for another person.
And Band Quest was more fun for everybody.
Band Quest was very balanced. I think that what they should do, or maybe should have done, first round, 3 bands each. Next round, 4 bands
What do you
each.
mean next round?
So like the next round.
Once you make it out of the bracket.
Right. Next round, 5 bands each.
Oh,
so you're getting to new fighters, so that some depth is actually going to start showing there.
Sure, because it was all the only people that we saw.
Yeah, it was the
were
same. It was the same
These
suspects.
people.
Yep. You had the bands consisting mostly.
Maybe this one too.
Yeah. You had some Daredevils, Achilles, sometimes some Winter Soldiers, but mostly not. T-Rex, Yanenga,
Lots of Moon Knight.
She-Hulk, Bigfoot, Elektra, Strange, Sherlock, Medusa, Moon Knight, Houdini.
Luke Cage.
A lot of Black Panther, actually. A lot of Luke Cage. Luke Cage and Moon Knight did very well into a lot of the fighters. But
Not as much.
okay, so next thing I want to talk about.
Yep.
Because, and this is where you guys can decide if you want to listen to us or not. Because we didn't make it out of our bracket, or whatever you want to call it, our group. We didn't make it out of our group.
Yeah.
But I do have, like, draft strategy that I want to talk about.
Okay. For Band Quest?
For Band Quest.
Okay.
So Band Quest, draft strategy. Did you like going first, or did you like being leader or follower in band
So
in drafting?
every time I had the option to, I went follower.
Okay.
I felt that it gave me a greater advantage.
Okay.
But not as much as it would have been if there were no bans or self-bans. But yeah, I preferred follower.
Yeah, I preferred follower, which maybe means you should go leader. If you want to win your games, go leader.
I did go leader a couple times and won going leader, but
So All right, so I'm going to give you guys my draft
Not
strategy.
by choice.
My draft strategy for follower. And it works like this. I'm going to just teach you the principle of it. Mm-hmm. So you can implement if you want to.
Yep.
And it's based on how you rank your fighters. So it works if there are 6 top tier fighters, right? Whoever you think of the top tier 6 fighters, it works for that. That you're going to get 2 of them, that your opponent will get 1 of them.
4 of them are generally agreed upon. About 5 at this
Right.
point.
So Medusa, Sherlock, Electra.
Now Strange, I think.
Those are the top 3,
Sure.
right? And then you can throw... Oh, and then Bigfoot, of course, will be up there as like one of the 4th.
Probably, yeah.
And you got Strange. You could put in there She-Hulk. So I was putting She-Hulk in. I was losing games, so I stopped doing that. My strategy was ruined once I did that. But whatever you think the fighters are, let's just say it's She-Hulk. Let's say it's She-Hulk, Strange, and then the big 4. We'll call it.
Whatever the top 6.
Right.
Right. Your top 6.
So the way this works is, if you are follower, all right, take notes, guys. If you're a follower, if your opponent bans out one of the fighters of the top 6, then you don't. If they don't, then you do. So, O-Town, ban a fighter. Any fighter on the board.
I'll ban She-Hulk.
He bans She-Hulk. I'm not going to ban one of the top tiered fighters. I'm going to ban Moon Knight. Get him out of here. There's no hatred there.
Okay.
I love Moon Knight. Mm-hmm. One of these days I will win with Moon Knight. All right, now you ban again.
So now I'll ban Electra.
All right, he bans Electra. He's like, what the heck just happened? Why did he ban Moon Knight and not one of the top tiers?
Right.
Well, now, again, he banned one of the top ones. I don't need to do that. So I'm going to ban Wukong for no reason. Let's ban Wukong. All right, and now you get a ban again.
Okay. I'll ban Black Panther.
He bans Black Panther. Well, now I got to go back to the top tier because now we have 4. The trick is you want to have it at even or at odd. So I'm going to ban, which one do I not want? Okay, let's ban Bigfoot. So now you pick a fighter. Well, you're going to pick one of
I'm going to pick one of these
the top 3 fighters. So
I'm
you
going to pick
one,
Medusa.
and I'm going to grab the other 2. Thank you very much.
And now you have better fighters.
And now, if you are banning one of... So I get to ban your fighter, right? You're not going to
Yep.
get that one for sure.
Probably not Medusa.
And you're going to ban most likely one of these 2 fighters. So I'm going to have one of the awesome fighters in the matchup. Mm-hmm. Hence, I had Medusa into the Moon Knight. Mm-hmm. But I still lost it. But I had the advantage, at least on paper, in your mind. So that is my draft strategy for follower. I think it works every single time if you have 6 fighters that are considered top tier.
So,
what was your draft strategy?
mine was similar. Basically, what I did was I did do a little bit of research on the people that I was fighting.
Also did that, yep.
Just to see who their go-to picks were.
Yep.
And I never really did it. Maybe one time I did it. I banned fighters that they had a lot of success with, or that they picked a lot.
Okay.
So that they're forced to go with people they're less comfortable with. Mm-hmm. So that was one thing that I did, but I only did that really one time, and I mainly focused on. I actually watched this and learned this from Jason. Was when he drafted.
So those guys back.
His draft was great, and it was really interesting. And it was we played first. We played our first match. It was weird. The first match we played.
And then you played your last match.
We played our last match last. So we played our first game.
Yeah.
I was strange in a Yenenga, and he won as Yenenga, and it like dominated as a Yenenga. It felt really.
Oh, that's
bad
right. I
for
loved his
Strange.
draft strategy. I loved this.
It's really good. So what he did was he picked. His draft was Yen after our bans, who I don't remember he banned. His draft was Yen,
Moon Knight,
and then he went Houdini and Daredevil. So what was interesting is you have two of the most versatile fighters in the game.
in Moon Knight and Yenenga. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then you have super aggressive in Houdini, and then you have super fatigue in Daredevil.
Yep.
And looking at that, I think it's really interesting. So what I ended up doing...
Well, so for example, let's say that my fighters are, whatever, let's go Muldoon, let's go Widow, Luke Cage, and I'll grab...
We could do my fighters.
Raptors, give me the Raptors.
Okay, yeah.
Also, yours would work too.
Yeah, but either one.
Okay, so we've got Black Widow, Muldoon, Luke Cage, and Raptors.
Mm-hmm. So, here you have very versatile fighter.
Black Widow.
Pretty versatile fighter. I would say pretty solid versatile fighter. Luke Cage.
But also aggressive because he can't
win in fatigue, really, but in some cases he can. Mm-hmm. And he's a tank. Yeah, I would say he's a guy who can charge in and is okay with trading a little bit because he will inherently take less damage. And then you have, I would say, a solid fatigue character in Muldoon, or you can play him that way. And then you have aggressive fighter, Raptors. I don't know if you did this intentionally or not. Right.
I mean, give it some thought.
Yeah. So
but it actually won't work for our setup.
It won't work
because Daredevil will get, I think, beat by Raptors, right?
Yeah. Daredevil will get beat by Raptors.
Depending on that.
Yeah. So I ended up banning Daredevil because I didn't feel like playing against.
Yeah. Who wants to play against Daredevil? Just ban out.
He's fun.
Was that his last pick?
It was his last pick.
Yep.
Which is a great last pick. As someone who
I
is
love to
annoying.
I would, for my last picks, I would go Daredevil, I would go Ghost Rider, I would go Winter Soldier. Fighters that the opponent has no interest in playing against.
In hindsight, I should have banned Yenenga. I let Yenenga through, thinking that Doctor Strange...
Yeah, who are your fighters? Sorry, who are your fighters?
Oh, yeah. So, my fighters were She-Hulk, Strange... Widow, and Panther. Did I go Panther?
Interesting. You don't play Panther.
No, I don't.
Does he go Panther? Maybe.
No, I went Panther to counter Houdini.
Okay. Also counters Daredevil.
And Daredevil. So I went Panther because I figured he'd be a good counter pick, and I was like, you know what? Let's keep the. No. I went Winter Soldier. Sorry,
okay.
I went Winter Soldier. I'm more comfortable with Winter Soldier than with Black Panther. So we banned each other. He banned She-Hulk, and I banned Daredevil. In hindsight, I should have probably banned Yenenga, but I was thinking he was 100% going to ban Doctor Strange because that's what everybody has been doing, which I agree with. And in hindsight, also, we talked about it. He was like, I definitely should have banned Strange. Yenenga, if I had gone more aggressive into Yenenga, would have been interesting. I still think Yin probably wins that in the value game. But I should have banned Yen, being his best and most versatile fighter. But yeah, so I forget where we were, what we were talking about. Oh yeah, then our self-bans. So we self-banned, and looking at his, I was like, okay, I'm either going to have to deal with Houdini, who Winter Soldier loses. I self-banned Winter Soldier because he loses, I think, all of these.
Winter Soldier loses to all those.
To all three of these fighters, in my opinion.
Yes, yep. The aggression from Houdini and Yenenga, and then just the sheer damage from Moon Knight.
And he self-banned Houdini, which is interesting. He went with very safe, well-rounded picks.
Right.
So he basically drafted either he will get a distinct advantage against some people as Houdini
aggression,
and Daredevil.
Or, if you need to go aggression, he has it. If he needs to go fatigue, he has it. And if not, he can pivot to the more versatile fighters.
Yes.
Which it's smart.
And based on what I banned, he was able to keep the more versatile fighters, which can play and win any matchup. And in doing so, I focused on getting rid of his annoying ones and then was forced to play fighters that were...
into his good ones.
Yeah, so he banned my more versatile fighters. She-Hulk, I think I agree, is probably the most versatile, other than Widow. But I think he's not afraid of Black Widow.
Right.
Because if I keep Widow, he's got Houdini, Moon Knight wins that, I think, all day. And Yen Widow is like kind of a toss-up. It's pretty close. I think Yen probably wins it, though. So it was really interesting. He was able to weed out my annoying counter picks by going fighters that are well-rounded and would be difficult for anybody. So, and he was able to win both times.
Right.
I never ended up going Widow, but he won against Doctor Strange both times with both of these, which is interesting. So that was, and then after that, I mimicked this strategy.
Nice. Does that start working for you?
Yes. I've found Moon Knight to be just very successful. He's just hard for pretty much anybody to deal with.
Yep. He's good into. Sorry for that. I just hit my mic. He's good into all of Brains and Brawn.
Yep.
And he's good into all of King and Country. And he's good into Sherlock. So like he's good into a lot of just those top tier fighters, and the fighters that people are playing.
What's interesting is like he's really only got like 2, maybe 3 like bad matchups. And then he's got like some that are like harder to win. But really his only like bad matchups are Wukong. And maybe Yen. And maybe Elektra. I would say
Definitely
Elektra.
I think so, yeah.
Elektra's tough. But he's got extra fatigue time, and he's got lots of damage, and he can get to her. You know.
Yeah, he's just a really good kit.
He's gonna pull her cards out. You know, he's got. Elektra's tough, but I think like here's the thing: even against Elektra and Yen, it's gonna be hard. They're gonna be hard battles for the Elektra and Yen player to win. So I started going Moon Knight a lot, and I love Moon Knight now.
Cool.
I always liked him, but I just kind of slept on him for a while.
Cool.
Yeah, sorry, we got off on a tangent, but that was my draft strategy. Thank you, Jason.
Yeah. So draft strategies, really fun to think through. I think going first, I pretty much had no draft strategy, and it was a crapshoot. And I went first most of my games. Like as far as I went leader of most of my games, and it was a crapshoot. And I was not prepared, and I had no idea. I was just destroyed. So. Have no thoughts for leader drafting, other than like I was like, well, I want good fighters, but also I knew my whole strategy, so I didn't want to let that happen. It was tough. Sometimes I let all the good fighters through and just like banned out just crazy. It was bad. Don't do what I did. All right, so let's talk about. We got 16 minutes left. Let's talk about. So, Shy Guy asks us, this is totally different, but Shy Guy asks us, what are our favorite matchups?
Huh. That's a good one.
What are our favorite matchups? What are some games that you love to play? I'm gonna tweak it, because he says favorite matchup. So, it's a matchup where
either one can win.
Either one, you're gonna have a good time.
Sure. Yeah, not a super
like, I love playing Daredevil into Wukong.
Well, yeah, but like
exactly.
Yeah, Daredevil auto wins that.
Yeah, as far as and from our experience, who knows? Other ways we've never seen it. Not our experience.
Yeah,
because we're not wizards.
Wow.
So speak for yourself. So what are your favorite matchups that you like to play? Okay, I'm gonna come out of the gate. Black Panther Houdini. Is really fun from both sides.
It's not as much for the Houdini player. And I say that as he's basically always Panther, I'm always Houdini.
It's so fun. Okay, fine. Maybe that's not good one.
It's an interesting one though, because I have won it as Houdini.
Right.
But if you let Panther get going, it's a serious problem.
Panther T-Rex.
That's a really fun one.
A very fun one.
Very fun one.
Panther Panther Daredevil. Interesting. It's actually a good matchup, but it can be frustrating.
Yeah.
I love Panther, so I'll put him down.
Yep. we get it. Panther's fun. Okay.
She-Hulk T-Rex.
I've never played it, actually.
It's a very interesting matchup.
She-Hulk Wukong is, I think, She-Hulk favored, but that's a fun one. I've played that a couple times, and that is, it's interesting because like she can just attack with
the recursion thing, and also the random discard against Wukong is devastating. That's huge, and she can recur that as much as she wants. So Wukong kind of has to play aggressively, but I don't know. That one's, I think, She-Hulk favored. What's a good
Spider-Man Black Widow is actually really fun. I
That's
think
really fun
because Spider-Man becomes viable.
Yes, because he becomes viable.
So play that matchup.
I've been having a blast this ladder as Squirrel Girl. You have not.
I have not enjoyed Squirrel Girl in the
enjoyed it.
slightest.
I don't know what to tell you.
The
man.
matchups with Squirrel Girl that are fun. Have we done anything besides
Squirrel Girl Spider-Man
is awful for Spider-Man?
It's really bad, weirdly enough. Which is fun to see. It's like another thing. It's like I do like matchups where it doesn't feel one-sided, but it makes a fighter that normally sucks.
Yeah.
It makes them like appear good.
Well, Squirrel Girl Spider-Man though is one-sided because once you crunch the numbers, you realize that she has
So
more
much
than
damage.
enough damage.
Oh, we calculated it, and it's like a joke.
She can
It's
do
a
like
joke
20
amount.
plus damage easily.
Very easily against
So-
someone with no feints.
Yeah.
Dude, I think Houdini Genie is a classic.
Houdini Genie, yeah.
That's really fun. It
Yep.
feels even. Both of you just kind of are going crazy.
Houdini Sherlock also.
Houdini Sherlock's
good.
really fun.
Really good.
Yeah, really fun. Drac, Houdini. These are all Houdini games, but Houdini is one of my favorite fighters to play. But I think Houdini is also one of the most fun.
Yeah.
Because you can pull off some crazy stuff.
If you want to hurt your brain a little bit but have like a really good time, Ingen T-Rex.
Oh, dude, that's
It's very good, but you have to be thinking about all of your workers' positioning every second because of Thrash. So
we've played that a few times. It definitely feels T-Rex favored.
yes,
But depending on the map.
yeah. But I love Ingen side of that, but it's very hard to like. You got to really dedicate some brain power.
Raptors Alice is really fun.
Raptors Alice.
That's a match that we've
I don't
seen.
think I've played that one. Haven't played that one.
That's a really fun one because Alice can smack a raptor and kill it like instantly. But and she has card draw, but the raptors can just swarm, and her total health is not huge. So it's interesting.
Invisible
That's
Man,
really fun.
Bloody Mary.
That one
that's been fun.
We played that a few times in ladder.
I enjoyed it.
I figured out. That's the match that I kind of finally figured out Bloody Mary in, where you helped me kind of figure out Bloody Mary. I was losing as Mary, and then we kept playing it, and basically you're like, you have to think like a ghost, like a haunting ghost.
What would a ghost do right here?
They would
attack,
which is attack,
with no cards. Just go in.
which is interesting, and it works.
Yeah.
And that Mary's risky, but when you just go ham, like she pulls off some crazy dubs. Jekyll Hyde Mary is also really fun. I've won that on both sides. And it's crazy too because it feels really good for Mary the whole time until it doesn't. Until Hyde hits a Forever Hyde, which he will. It's interesting. Like lots of auto damage, and that feels pretty close either way. I know Shy Guy, you and I, we played that in ladder this season.
Spider-Man. So yeah, transitioning to the ladder.
Yeah, let's.
Which we're
There's a lot of fun matchups.
Yeah, we'll keep talking about that. But so another really good matchup, which is in this ladder, is Spider-Man, Jekyll Hyde, really good.
Yep.
Spider-Man, Invisible Man,
Oh, dude, we've had a blast with
really good.
We played that a lot.
Spider-Man, Bruce Lee is very frustrating for Spider-Man, but because he can win it, it's interesting. I don't. Want, I did say after my game that I played, I was like, I never want to play this again. So maybe it's not. I was like, I don't want to play it again, but I'm happy that I figured out how to win. It's
Interesting.
It's really annoying. It's a very annoying game because he goes, "All right, I'm attacking you 3." Every time. Every single time.
You have no idea.
I'm attacking you.
Which
3.
Jeet is it? Yeah.
It could be.
And you can't cancel it.
Right.
Oh, dude. Discard Jeet. Oh, gross.
All right. What else? What's some? Well, okay. So the ladder right now we have. It's ladder. Is it 19 or 18?
19, I think.
Okay. And we've got Invisible Man, Jekyll and Hyde, Squirrel Girl, Bloody Mary, Bruce Lee, Spider-Man,
And then the Buffy set, the
and
Untouchables.
Buffy set. Are they in this ladder?
All 4 of them.
Okay. I've not even grazed my eyes over them.
Yeah.
Grazed my eyes over them. I've never done that. You can go to jail for that.
Yikes, dude.
But yeah, as far as this ladder's been going, it's pretty good.
You guys can't see it.
What are the maps? Yeah, they can't
We
see
can
it.
see it.
What are the maps?
The maps are the Raft, Baskerville,
Right.
Raptor Paddock, the Bronze, and Hayara.
I think I think their entire goal was we need to prove that Squirrel Girl is not just
Doesn't
the worst
suck.
fighter in the world, and they did that. They proved it.
Yep.
Because every map is good for her.
Yeah.
The Bronze is arguably the
Debatable.
worst for her,
Yeah.
but she's still fine on it. And then, I mean, she absolutely stomped Spider-Man.
Yeah, that feels really good as Squirrel Girl.
I feel so bad for Spider-Man. There's just an army of squirrels and you can't do anything about them.
You know what matchup is no fun at all? Is Invisible Man Bruce Lee. That's
Oh, wow.
no fun at all.
Did you play it?
I played it twice. Shy Guy and I played it twice, and it was bad.
Yeah, because he just runs you out of cards.
Dude.
He
Yeah.
builds up a combo and then waits for you to
Just goes-
to come back.
Well, no, he just
You're like,
attacks
I'm off
every
the board.
turn.
He's like, I don't care.
Thank you for the cards.
Yeah, just okay, card. Just build the ultimate combo. You're like, ta-da! Just
And it doesn't matter too because I have no feints, right?
Yeah.
So no matter what he attacks with,
Right.
he attacks with discard Jeet, and he recycles discard Jeet every time.
And what are you gonna do? Walk in there and attack him? Because you can't. He's not
I'm
gonna
gonna
get. He's not gonna end adjacent to you.
I'm
so
gonna get smacked. So
that's awful.
Yeah, it's really bad for Invisible Man. Can he win in fatigue? Sure, but not on any of the maps that exist, other than maybe the Bronze.
The ones in the ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah. You said like so. So like, yeah, if he was on,
If you're Invisible Man against Bruce Lee and you are fortunate enough to get map, maybe you have a chance.
and no one
of
banned
winning.
no one banned Yukon,
Sure.
then you could just death loop him to death.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot of maps that you can take Bruce Lee to, but I'm saying in the ladder specifically, there's
Yeah.
one, and even the Bronze is like still small enough that like Bruce Lee can.
I like the Bronze is 7 spaces away. So what you can do with Bruce Lee is go. You can maneuver, bounce, and you've gone from one end to the other end. It's pretty
crazy.
cool.
Yeah.
All right, so that's ladder. Who's your favorite so far? This ladder, Squirrel.
What's I don't know, man. I've had a blast with Squirrel Girl, but I think I don't know. Definitely Squirrel Girl or Mary. Weirdly enough, I played Invisible Man and Jekyll and Hyde a lot because they are still 2 of my favorite fighters.
Right.
So thematic, so fun.
So thematic. That whole set is super thematic.
And they require a lot of skill to play, which, like you feel when you earn a win with either of them, you're like,
Yeah.
I earned this.
Right.
It feels good. But these are fighters that I've never really played. Bloody Mary, I have played a few times, but my wife is a Bloody Mary fanatic.
Right. She's very good with Bloody Mary.
She's actually really good. But I've started to really enjoy Bloody Mary as well, and I see how.
I love Bloody Mary.
Dude, she's really fun, and she's really good too. She's so close to being, like, I've said this a million
She
times.
just needs more health and more damage, or just one of the two. Like she just needs a little bump in her damage or a little bump in her health, and then she would be super solid.
You know, maybe one more closer,
Interesting.
because then it's like another guaranteed.
Right.
That allows you to keep the aggression up a little bit more, but it's another guaranteed third action attack.
She's also not very consistent with 2 copies of the cards.
Yeah. Yeah, the 2 feints hurt her a lot. Literally, swap one of your Trick of the Lights for a feint. And she becomes a lot better. But other than that, too, it's just like...
It's so fun to play.
She's got the mirror image, but that does...
Right.
That's all right.
My favorite... Don't say it. It was Spider-Man.
He did you dirty, man.
Spider-Man is so much fun to play as because he's not very good.
Yeah.
He's not very good, but
it's weird.
it's so fun. He's just fun. I enjoy the idea of Spider-Man.
He's as mid as you can be.
He's as bottom as he could be.
I don't know, like, again, it's
This
weird.
is the bottom ladder, and he's the worst in this bottom ladder.
Well, of the 5 people that are actually getting plays.
Well, yeah, sure. He might
He's
be
the worst.
Angel.
But the problem is that if you don't have feints, immediately all of these fighters, like Squirrel Girl, Jekyll Hyde, Invisible Man, Mary, and Bruce Lee, become way better. And they're all pretty low, I would say. On the
Yeah, this
list.
ladder was like, let's embarrass Spider-Man and let's
make the bad fighters look good.
Squirrel Girl look really good.
Yeah. But if you stack him against your more medium fighters, like Spider-Man Dracula, that feels pretty good.
That's a fun matchup.
Spider-Man Alice, that'd be a fun one.
We should run that.
That feels pretty
down.
even.
Don't actually write it down. No.
Well,
we got 3 minutes left.
But like, if you put him against actual like viable fighters, like I feel like he fits in pretty well. But once again, you're right. His values, especially his defensive values, are just not solid.
So we got 2 minutes, 45 seconds. I had one more thought just to talk about quickly before we wrap it up. And the thought was going back to Band Quest, to Summer of Legends, just the power of having low boost values now. So Sinbad and Luke Cage, specifically those 2, they can can go well into, because there's a lot of fighters now that are like benefiting off of of your boost values, and so
She-Hulk, Black Panther.
She-Hulk, Black Panther, specifically those 2, right?
That's an interesting little.
So that's my entire character pool.
I don't know. Yeah, that really. Yeah, it is. But even people that have like discard add your boost value.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
There's a lot of that.
Right. Yeah. So anyone with ambushes. Yeah. It's been interesting just to.
But and also like Sinbad and Luke Cage both do well into. I think Luke Cage actually would probably do well into Strange. I think he loses in Fatigue, probably. But I think Sinbad do pretty well into Strange because trash talk. And Strange is just low defense in general.
I thought you said Sinbad.
And Sinbad into Strange would be that'd be a really interesting one because he can recycle feints, I guess, but like Sinbad can just draw at the same pace as Strange can. And Strange is taking damage while he draws a lot. So Sinbad can sneak some stuff through.
And then Melee. Melee into Strange is tougher because of that.
Yes.
That one versatile 2 card.
Yeah, that's true, because you got that. Yeah, that's such a good card, the Cloak of Levitation.
1 minute left here. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Captain's Log, episode 3. We're actually going to record episode 4 right after this, because we got a lot more to talk about.
And we've been slacking.
We're missing it. Because of my worm toe. we're missing it, and I'm excited to get back to it. So before we wrap it up, I just want to say big shout out to our patrons, our Crockpots, which we have Shy Guy for Smash, we have Greg's Vlasinski, and we have a 4th patron. This guy, a hero. So also shout out to Aaron for guilting him into becoming a patron on stream. But guys, that's it. I'm your captain, signing off.
Now hear this, This is your captain speaking.
What a turnout!
What happened here was a miracle. The idea was to bring together a group of remarkable people.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have now seen the impossible. I my friend.
I thank you for your support.
Couldn't be more proud of you. You're the heart and soul of this team.
You and I are a team. Nothing is more important than our friendship.
We need you, man. I have you to thank. Couldn't have done it without you.
This is for you, buddy.
So without further eloquence,
thank you.